Hey guys, this is Noor from calmoya.com, and today I'm going to introduce you to a new add-on, Buttons Pro for Concrete5. Once installed, you will find in your dashboard your Buttons Pro settings pages, starting with the general configuration. Those are default values that will apply anytime you create a button without any particular styling. This is a global class name prefix. Those are colors. I suggest you leave the default for now so you can see how it works. Then you can see you have color schemes, sizes, shapes. We'll see them one by one. Buttons Pro comes bundled with 7 pre-configured, predefined color schemes. You can look at them. They have a name, a class name. Button color, text color, is it included or not? And this is simple to show you exactly what you have. The 7 included color schemes can only be activated or deactivated. You cannot change the values. However, you can create a new color by clicking on the button here. Give it a name. I'm going to call it Kingly. I'm going to select a button color. I can see here my sample, telling me exactly what I'm getting. And I'm going to say the text color. Let's go for white. Is it included in the file? Yes. I'm going to save. As soon as I save, what happens is I get a warning to remind me that I need to regenerate my CSS file since I created a new color that needs to be included in it. You do not have to do that right now. You see my new color is here at the bottom of the screen. If I click on it, I can edit it. Say I'm not too happy with this color. I want it a little bit darker. Here we go. Choose, update, and here we go. Updated. Now I'm gonna go on, look at other possibilities like sizes. Sizes, you give them names, and you have multipliers. If you remember, in our general configuration, we had a default height, which was 40 pixel, and default text size, which was 16 pixel. When creating new sizes, for each size we select a multiplier. For instance, this one, the font size will be 1.5 times our default font size, and the height will be 1.5 times our default height. Extra. Same as before, you can click on one. For the ones included with Buttons Pro, you can only activate or deactivate them, but you can create a new size. You give it a name. So I'm going to call this one Micro. And give it a size multiplier, say 0.3, really small. And I'm going to include it, yes. See here, the sample? That's really small. Say I make it 10.3, ooh, that's too big. Okay, here we go. And I save. Again, I have my built-in sizes here, and I have my user-generated sizes here. And then shapes. Shapes, again, 5 shapes included. Square, shape radius is 0, angle, so it's really a square. It has the same width and height, yes. The box, for instance, has a radius of 10 pixels. You see the corners are rounded, and also same width and height. The pill, very typical shape. So let's create a new shape. I'm going to give it a class name. I don't know. Say oval. Shape radius, I'm going to give it a 400 pixel. And here I'm allowed to use pixel or EM. But if I use percent, obviously 400% is not correct, as more than 100% of course means nothing. Okay, same width and height, that will give me a circle. As usual, you can see the sample here. And I save. Those names that we give them will be used for class names to use when styling the buttons. So make sure you don't use twice the same name. Finally, we have themes. You can create a theme or not. Let's create one. We're giving the theme a name. That's any name we want. Beautiful call to action. I can select a color scheme, primary, I would have this, inverse, action, caution. Let's make it caution. A shape. Is it going to be a square? A circle? Let's make it rounded. Here it has a little bit of round corners. Style, 3D button with a border, thin border, border thick, borderless, raised. So as you noticed, all those border styling here have a white background, so I would need to go change the color of my text so I can see it. I'm going to go with raised. Typographic style, I want it to be capitalized automatically. Long shadow, why not? Here, that's a long shadow. Let's say no for now. Glow, that would be something here. You see a glow pulsating, okay. Or we can use a wrapper, but a wrapper won't work too well with this kind of shape. The wrapper is really meant for a pill type or a circle type. Okay, so I created a theme, very simple theme. It's active. I'm going to save it. You notice that in my theme there was an icon here, which is not in the settings, it's just added as an example to show it will look like if you have an icon. Now I'm happy, I have styles, I have created a theme, I'm going to generate the CSS. This can take a few seconds, don't worry, as long as turning everything is fine. You wait a little bit and you'll get a message telling you that generation is over, your CSS file is ready. A little more, a lot of styles to compile. Okay, here you go. As a general rule, if you know there are colors or sizes or shapes that you are not going to use, then just select them, deactivate them, and save, and then generate CSS again. It will make your CSS file smaller. It'll be much easier. Now, let's create a button. Going back to the website and adding a block to the page. Oops, sorry. Here we go. You can find in other, this one here is the single button block. I'm going to come and add it anywhere. Let's see here. So I'm going to give it a text. Say, get me in. I don't have to fill in a title. If I don't, it'll use the text. I'm going to make it a, say, jumbo button. And what am I going to make it? Just say a button. Why? Because I want to use a very neat feature of Buttons Pro, which is a drop down. I'm not adding any additional classes at this time, but we'll see later. So now in my theme, I can choose the theme I had created, and my button will be as I designed it. I'm going to add an icon. Let's say transportation icons here. And I'm going to choose not the same rocket as before, but let's say bicycle. I like bicycles. I'm going to give the icon a little bigger than it would normally be, and I'm going to keep it left of the text. No animation. I could say, let's try something. You see the bike is facing this way. I'm going to put it on the right of the text, and I'm going to make it, flip horizontally. Now, I want to use an add-on, my drop-down. I'm going to use the drop-down that will open below the button, and I'm going to make it a default color. I don't want it to be the same color as the button. Here we go. So first, I'm going to add a link to an internal page, services, which is a page we have here. I'm not adding a divider, it's an internal page, so I choose a page. Here we go, services, and I want it to open in a new page. And a second link, new item. This is my website. I'm going to add a divider just before it to separate from internal pages. This will be an external page. And I'm going to type my website address in a new page again, and another link, my other website. Here we go, divider before no, external link, web scraper, new page, and a last one, download an image. Let's add a divider. This time it's a file. I choose a file, a random image from the file manager, and I'm going to force the download. Here's the difference. For files such as images or PDF files, if you do not force the download, they will simply open in the browser. I don't want that. I want the file to be downloaded, so I'm going to force the download. I'm happy with my settings. I'm going to add it. Here we go. Here's my button. Now, I'm going to publish this to see it in action. Here we go. It's a drop down. I click. Here's my drop down. Services, Kalmoya, visiting my website. Here we go. Download an image. Very simply, the image will be downloaded. Just save it wherever.